Welcome to Section 8.3, Part 1. This is the 65th session of the CISSP Exam Prep series. In this session, we'll turn security policy into rules a machine can actually enforce. We'll answer several questions. What is a security model, and why do we need one? How do we tag an object's security attributes? What is the trusted computing base, and where is its boundary? What is a reference monitor? And how does the security kernel enforce it? What is the state machine model? How does the information flow model work? And how does non-interference stop hidden leaks? Why does this matter beyond the exam? Because a policy written in plain English cannot defend anything by itself. Someone has to translate no read up into logic a system can enforce 1,000,000 times a second. Picture an architect handing a builder a rough sketch. Without precise blueprints, the crew is guessing. Security models are those blueprints, and understanding them lets you evaluate whether a system genuinely enforces the policy it claims to. So what is a security model, and why do we need one? A security model is a formal way to express a security policy as explicit rules a computer can follow. It takes abstract goals and maps them into the algorithms and data structures needed to build the actual hardware and software. In short, it turns intent into something testable. It gives designers a yardstick to measure their implementation against. Think of a recipe. The vague wish to bake a good cake becomes exact steps and measurements that anyone can follow and check. How do we tag an object's security attributes? There are 3 common ways to describe what protection an object needs. A security token is a small separate object that travels with a resource and carries its security details, announcing them before access is requested. A capabilities list instead keeps a row of security attributes for each object, and while it is less flexible than a token, it offers faster lookups. A security label is usually a permanent, unchangeable part of the object it is attached to, and that permanence is its strength, because it resists tampering in a way the other 2 cannot. Think of shipping a package. A token is a removable tag, a capabilities list is the courier's master manifest, and a label is ink stamped straight onto the box. What is the trusted computing base, and where is its boundary? The trusted computing base is the combination of hardware, software, and controls that together enforce your security policy. It is only a subset of the whole system, and you want it as small as possible so it can be analyzed thoroughly and trusted completely. Around it sits the security perimeter, an imaginary boundary separating the trusted core from everything else. For the core to talk to the rest of the system safely, it uses tightly controlled, trusted paths, so no insecure communication crosses the line. Think of a bank vault inside a branch. The vault is the trusted base, its wall is the perimeter, and the single guarded door is the trusted path. What is a reference monitor, and how does the security kernel enforce it? The reference monitor is the part of the trusted base that checks every access request before it is allowed. It stands between every subject and every object, verifying that the requester's credentials satisfy the object's requirements. It is a concept, a rule, that must always hold. The security kernel is the actual collection of hardware and software that puts that concept into practice. The kernel mediates every resource request, granting only those that match the rules, and it is built to resist known attacks. Think of a nightclub. The reference monitor is the strict policy that everyone gets checked, and the security kernel is the bouncer who actually enforces it at the door. What is the state machine model? It describes a system that stays secure no matter what state it is in. A state is simply a snapshot of the system at one moment, and if that snapshot satisfies the security policy, the state is secure. The system changes state through transitions, which happen when it takes input or produces output. The rule is strict. If every possible transition leads from one secure state to another secure state, you have a secure state machine. Such a system boots secure, stays secure through every change, and never allows an unsafe step. Many other models build on this foundation. Think of a chess game where every legal move only ever leads to another legal position. You can never reach an illegal board. How does the information flow model work? It focuses on controlling how information moves, and it is built on top of the state machine model. It governs flow between subjects and objects, whether they sit at the same classification level or different ones, which is why it underpins multi-level security. The rule is clean. allow every authorized flow, and block every unauthorized one. It also cares about the direction and type of flow, and it can even describe how one object transforms from an earlier state into a later one over time. Crucially, it closes off covert channels by forbidding any flow path that was not explicitly defined. Think of a building's plumbing, where water may travel only through approved pipes and never seep through the walls. How does non-interference stop hidden leaks? Non-interference builds loosely on information flow, but it asks a sharper question. It makes sure the actions of a high-level subject never affect what a low-level subject sees or does. If a high user's activity could ripple down and change the low user's view, that low user might infer secrets they were never cleared for. That subtle leakage is exactly what a covert channel exploits. By forbidding that interference, the model also blocks a class of malicious programs, like a Trojan horse trying to signal secrets downward. On a related note, composition theories describe how systems chain together. Whether one feeds the next, they feed each other back and forth, or one also leaks its input to an outside party. Think of soundproofing between floors, so the meeting upstairs never leaks a word to the lobby below. So let's bring it together. A security model turns policy into enforceable rules, and objects carry their attributes through tokens, capabilities, lists, or permanent labels. The trusted computing base is the small, trusted core inside a security perimeter, and the reference monitor, enforced by the security kernel, checks every single access. The state machine model keeps the system secure across every transition. The information flow model permits only authorized flows, and non-interference stops high activity from leaking down to low. These are the foundations, and the named models in the next part all build on them. The MCQs covering all the topics and concepts from this session are available on rucloud.com. Practice the chapter-specific MCQs before moving on to the next session. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or feedback, post a comment below or email us. I will see you in the next session.